Hello everyone and welcome back to the Rubber Ducky Homestead here. As you can see, it's another beautiful day on the farm and the grass is getting high. I think today's the day that we finally cut this grass. I got a lot of it, so good thing I got my good lawnmower. Come over here to open the garage door. We're going to hop in the truck here. Actually, we're going to take the John Deere because I need to move the grain cart for the chickens before we can go mowing grass. I don't want to run it over and then have to end up buying a new grain cart because you ran over yours with the lawnmower. So let's run over here quick and get the grain cart out of the way. This tractor did not come up with a backup camera, so you gotta actually turn your head around. There we go. And we're just gonna take this up by the house for now, because we're gonna have to end up checking the chickens. Maybe not today, maybe tomorrow. So we'll just take it up to the house and leave it up there for now. And I'll pull it either in the garage or leave it outside my house. So first thing tomorrow, we'll go check the chickens. But I think in the last episode 4, one is titled Chicken Chores, I went through and showed you the process of me using the new John Deere to clean up after the chickens, and eventually I'm going to show you how I take care of them with the grain cart, and we're going to get actually a bigger one because it takes about 50,000 liters of grain, so wheat or barley, to make sure the chickens are fully fed. So this one only holds 4,000, so we need a little bit bigger of a grain cart. But we're going to hop on down here to the pickup truck. That's the New Holland. The pickup truck here, trailer's not attached, so we can pull it right on out. And we're going to go down to the second garage. Make sure down in the comments you're letting me know what you guys are liking in the series, or what you're not liking, or what you'd like to see planted in these fields, because I don't really know how many acres I have of land. I know it's a lot, but it's a pretty reasonable amount of field, so we can always get a nice harvest out of here. Nothing too crazy big, but big enough for an episode or two. Alright, so now the decision is, I don't know why this tractor keeps moving. I thought it was because of the cedar being on it, but I think there's something weird going on with the game. Alright, so we're gonna... So that's pretty stuck. And... Come on. This is the bad part about putting everything away. If you're not in the exact spot you're supposed to be in, you don't always get to go right inside the tractor. So I'm going to take this cloth, and we're going to put it down here in our new barn with the New Hollands. Get this out of the way a little bit for now. And I think next time we use this tractor, it's actually going to be the cedar, so I'm going to probably leave this in here for now. Alright, so we should be good to go now. Come over here, close the door so no grass goes into our garage. We can pull the mower out. This thing rips. It's pretty quick, and the cutting size on it is absolutely huge. So close the doors. And we got the pickup truck still out here. We gotta get the truck out of the way. So probably what I'm gonna do is just park this in between the barns. The original harvester barn and the barn that we just pulled the mower out of, because I'm not gonna get the mower back there I'm not too worried about cutting this grass here, because how rough it is. I don't want to be bending my blades, because they're not too cheap to fix. So now we're going to head down to the road. I'm going to start down there. There probably won't be too much more talking in this video, just more of just watching and see what's going on. See how the chores are going. We're gonna wait for these to go a whole ways down, then we can actually turn on the mower. Zoom out. This mower is very quick. And a normal mower, you probably wouldn't want to go 15, 14 miles an hour. But in this one you can, because of the ability of the wings to adapt to the ground you're on, and it's kind of like a float system. And the cab is super smooth. You can see great. You see that there's a front cutting deck and then two side cutting decks. So whenever you're cutting a lot of area at once. Now, if you had pigs or cows, or maybe even horses, you need silage. This is how you get your silage. You would cut the grass, and then you would go along then and either tend the grass, or if it's dry grass, which this is not dry grass, and you can tell it isn't because of that's a little bit rough. I don't know if you'll cut that, because it's that dark green. If it's light green grass, you might be able to bale. So we missed a little spot. Let's back up. Get a really good clean shot down the side of the field. Get that nice drone footage. So I think we're going to need one more pass up along the side of the field. The nice part about keeping up with this, though, is for whenever it comes time to work the fields and seed and start harvesting, it's a lot easier to see what's going on inside the field. It's easier for your workers, because they're not going to be looking around and looking through weeds and grass. And even the pickup truck, if you had to drive through this all the time, it's a lot of wear and tear on your truck, and you don't always want to do that. So we're going to keep going down here and not hit the tree this time. Alright. I'm not worried about making my nice circles around the trees, because we're going to have to do this in a couple weeks anyway. A couple weeks. You can see I don't keep up with it too much. I'm not too worried about it. But after all, it's just grass. Even though I like keeping up with it, but it looks nice. It's not a huge deal if it gets left alone. And it's also nice on the drive through it. But this Krone mower is absolutely awesome and amazing. So make sure you guys let me know what you think of it, and if you enjoy more chore videos like this, where just keeping up with the farm and more of the day-to-day activities rather than just the huge harvest that you're gonna have. But you see there's a lot anyway. But I'll go over here, maybe cut the front yard, and then move that back there. I'd like to go around the fields to make sure that nothing's wrong. This is also a good time to make sure your property is taken care of. And if something needs addressed and fixed, you can fix it as soon as you're done cutting the grass, rather than waiting and not knowing it's there. like a perimeter check. So let's see where we're at here. I'm not going to do a whole entire hillside, but I'd like to get at least this first row done. It gets a little rough in there. That's not good there. So we're going to lift the mowers up and bring it around town. You can see this isn't cutting because I just planted this grass here this year. So some of the longer stuff isn't going to, or some of the shorter stuff isn't going to cut, especially since the mowers are up a good bit. And it's a little rocky, so the mower doesn't always like that. Yeah, it's a little difficult to cut, but this area is fine. This area is nice and smooth. Whenever I had the house built, I wanted this to be like my yard area, so whenever you can kind of just roam around here and not really have to worry about having bad landscaping like there is on other parts of this property. Oh. Hey now, wrong button. I want to lift the mower, not hire a worker. Alright, let's get our buttons in order. Let's get all the grass on the driveway. That's exactly what I want to do. So we're going to go down here and do a couple more swipes. But I just want to give you guys a little sneak peek of what I have to do to keep up with the farm. Because it's not always about the chickens and the crops. You gotta take care of your property. Because if you don't take care of your property, the city comes after you. And because they're going to give you fines for not keeping up with it, and it's just a whole big deal that I don't want to deal with, and it's not worth dealing with. And you can see this is a very, very steep hill, and you wouldn't really probably want to take an average mower up here. But this one you're pretty alright with. It's pretty stable on these hills. I mean, it's built on a tractor frame. Oh. Bring it around here after being stuck briefly because I can't judge a corner. Ideally, I'd want to use like a zero turn of sorts or a garden tractor to cut this part of the yard because it spreads the grass out a little bit nicer. Because you're not really going to make silage out of your yard grass. We'll come along here, do one swipe, and we'll go around the fields. And I'll go back later and fix around the house, but give you guys a little view of what I'm looking at right now. Nice ocean. Usually around the fields I only do one pass, unless it's right along the road. That's really all I need to get the harvesters turned around, so you can actually see if there's mud or a rock. Because if there's gonna be a rock and I hit it with the mower, I'm gonna know to tell my workers that, hey, there's a rock there, don't hit it. But and mowing grass is pretty fun too sometimes. So when you have a day like today where it's just nice and sunny, you don't have any crops in the field, and all your other chores are pretty much taken care of, you can take advantage of this time and really take your time cutting the grass. And I might go back afterwards and cut the rest of it. Like the spots in between each field, and do a little bit better job around the road so that the city will be happy with me. I'll go dig out the government signs maybe, but we'll see about that. Now this mower, it also has a nice feature, so these bushes, it kind of redirects them back through the mower so they don't get all chewed up and destroyed. Now even my yard area, even though I like it to be nice and flat and not, I don't want to say manicured, but taken care of, I'm not too worried about it. As long as there's an outside swipe or two, that's alright. So it just looks better. You can see this area, they put that special Kentucky bluegrass in so it doesn't grow as high as this, it just grows a little nicer. I'm always a fan of contracting work out to other people, especially when I know I can do it myself, but it's just one of those things that the house is getting built already, so might as well just have someone else put the yard in. I would like to get this these roads paved back here, so it's a little bit easier on my machines, but we'll see what we can do in the future to maybe even get just gravel down over dirt, because it gets really muddy sometimes and nasty. Yeah, I'm sorry it's a little more boring of an episode, but I thought maybe there'd be someone out there who's interested in this part of Farm Simulator over just the farming. So hopefully someone enjoys it. If not, I enjoyed it, so it doesn't really matter. Now whenever it starts getting wider like this, I'll take priority on the grass near the fields, and I'll leave that little strip there. I'm really just concerned about getting the grass out of the field. Not out of the field, but away from it a little bit. And this thing turns on a dime. If you need a mower to get all those tough places, this is definitely the one. Lift the nose up so you don't drag a whole bunch of grass on the road. Drop down. Yeah, get close to the grass first. Man, bad driving. Get over here and get this taken care of. I'm also thinking about switching the tires out on the John Deere, because I'm starting to tear up the grass a little bit and creating a lot of mud with driving in and cleaning up the chickens. So I might switch them out to I forget what tires they were, not the Michelin's, but the other ones. They'll kind of like a street tread, more of a turf tire. I'm not really going to be using that tractor for field work, so I don't really need big mud diggers. I just need something to run back and forth. Front of this door is really good. This is a really rough area, so it's getting a little choppy. Hopefully we don't get stuck because I don't have any chains yet. As you see, I'm bouncing around pretty good here. Overall, tractor's doing an amazing job. I could use a brush hog on the farm, but I don't have one. I don't think Carla has one in the store for purchase. So I might have to find a dealer, maybe he can get one in for me, but like this area here where it's really rough and this mower is missing spots, I could really use a brush hauler on the back. Probably the New Holland, I'd say, because it has a big enough PTO. But maybe down the road, get one. Man, these trees, I'm really good at running into them. This mower's taking a beating. And you can also see here, just like most of my other equipment, I bought this brand new from Carla. It only has 4/10 of an hour on it, so it's pretty much just today. I think I tested it out once to make sure I knew what I was doing, and then off I bought it. Off the lot it goes. You can see the left-hand deck isn't really dropping down the whole way, so we're going to lift these up and drop them back down, kind of reset it, and see if we have a better angle. It does not look like that grass is ours to cut, maybe. Maybe that's it. Or it's not long enough. So we're just going to cruise along here. Yeah, I'm going to guess and say that grass isn't ours to cut. Oh well, we'll save the road crew some time by taking the tops off. Alright. Now I'm going to swing this quickly. Swing it. Coming through. Lift the mowers up. Bag her up. And we're actually going to start over here. So I would like to get this little portion here. You can really hear those PTOs firing up. Because this tractor is PTO driven and not belt driven. Man, she's rocking good. That in-cab look. Man, that almost gives you motion sickness. Alright, I'm actually going to lift these up because it comes starts. Yeah, man, I can't get the words out of my mouth. It gets really, really steep up here, and I don't want to flip my mower. But I think that's it for the grass. I'm going to run back up to the front and clean up what I need to clean up. But for now, this is the Rubber Ducky checking out. Please like, comment, subscribe, and let me know if you enjoyed this. Or if you didn't enjoy it, at least be nice about it. So, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.